Hello there, Panther Nation. I want to talk to you a little bit today about the beliefs that we have here on our campus and what we want for each and every one of our students here at our campus, as well as what we'd like to see for our school community. And we're going to start out with our mission statement, as you can see there on the screen. Our mission is that Pioneer Heritage Middle School is committed to reach every child. And that means each and every one of you out there, we want to see that you are getting everything you need in order to have a great learning experience here and also in a safe environment to do so. After the mission, we have our vision. And you should see this poster up in every classroom in this building. If you don't see it, ask your teacher where it is. But as you can see, the center of that vision statement is all about you, as well as every statement in there, but it's all about your growth. We want to see that each and every one of you is growing the way that we feel like you need to be. And as we focus in a little more on each of those little bubbles that you see there, let's start off with this one right here. It says every student will achieve growth as a result of stakeholder collaboration. Well, let me let you know, first of all, when we say the term stakeholder, we are referencing you, the teacher, and our parents, because all three of us together are stakeholders in your learning. And that collaboration doesn't just mean the collaboration between our teachers, and it doesn't just mean collaboration between you, the students. It means us collaborating with your parents, us collaborating with you, and vice versa. We want to make sure all three of us are working together to make sure you're achieving that growth. Next up, we have every student will utilize technology as a tool to elevate your learning. It's not just to be in there as something to supplement what you're doing in the classroom. We want it to push you to the next level. We want technology to move you upwards in your learning. After that, we have what we feel is probably the most important of our 5 elements of our vision statement, and that is that every student will be known by name and need. I know you've seen that before. That is our district's mission statement. But every student will be known by name and need through relationship building between, here again, all stakeholders. It's not just about us. It's not about you. It's about all three of us, us, you, and your parents. And we want to make sure that we're reaching you in every way possible. And that means we've got to build relationships, both us with you guys and you back with us, so that this learning experience can be what it needs to be, maxed out. After that, we move on to every student will be involved in a learning experience that fosters engagement and active learning. We want you to be engaged in the class. And I'm not talking about sitting there listening to the teacher talk. I'm talking about you are doing. Every classroom you go into, we want you doing. That's what active learning is. Active learning means you are responsible for your learning because you're doing, you're exploring, you're getting some resources from the teacher, and you're going and looking deeper into it. And that makes the learning more meaningful for you. So we want it to be highly engaged. Lastly, every student will receive a viable, rigorous curriculum that is relevant to student interests, learning styles, and backgrounds. And when we say rigorous, we mean, think about that growth mindset that you just heard from Trevor Reagan. Rigorous means we are challenging you. We're pushing you to the next level. It's got to get you out of your comfort zone. So it's going to be rigorous, but at the same time we say viable, we want to make sure that it is what the district is, and the state is providing us to ensure that you need to have. So when we talk about relevant to your interests, learning styles, and backgrounds, that's where relationship building comes in so more important, because how are we going to know what those interests and your backgrounds are, and even what your learning style is, if we aren't building those relationships with you? So when you take a look at our mission and our vision statement side by side, you can see that when we say Pioneer Heritage Middle School is committed to reach every child, that the first letters in each of those words stand for the 5 things that you saw underlined in our vision statement. Committed and collaboration go hand in hand. To and technology go hand in hand. Reach and relationships. Every and engagement, child, and curriculum. And if you'll notice the first letters, they spell out in a little acronym called CTREC. So if you ever hear a teacher refer to CTREC, they are referring to both our mission and our vision. So those are the 5 elements that we want to make sure that it causes your experience here at Pioneer Heritage Middle School to be the best that it can be. Let's take a look at our core values. Our core values are the acronym PRIDE. The P standing for positive, the R standing for respectful, the I for integrity, the D for dedication, and the E for excellence. Now, I know there's other things written underneath each of those, and those are the attributes that our NJHS last year put together and gave recommendations of what those attributes should look like for each of those words. And we took those out and put it in to a poster that you will be seeing in the classrooms. It's not there yet, but it will be in the classrooms eventually. So you can see the things that you need to do in order to get those recognitions at the end of each 6 weeks when we recognize students for being positive or respectful or having the integrity, dedication, or excellence that's tied to these. Or in some cases, there will be 2 students from each team recognized every 6 weeks for displaying all 5 of these values that we have in place. So the best way to remember the words positive, respectful, integrity, dedication, and excellence is for positive and respectful, we want you to be positive and be respectful. And the last 3, we want you to have integrity, dedication, and excellence. And I apologize for the word being hidden there, but that word is have. Next, let's take a look at our theme. Our theme is growing together today to build a better tomorrow. And what does that mean? That means each of you have your own ideas and your own way of that you have probably been brought up and your beliefs. But the bottom line is we all live here together, and we want to make sure that you guys learn that despite our differences, our beliefs, we are going to work together to come up with a solution and not just say, well, that we don't agree. That's not acceptable. We have got to learn to work together to get solutions. And if you in turn take what you're being given here at Pioneer Heritage Middle School, which I will tell you, you have a lot of things at your fingertips here that a lot of schools do not have. And we want you guys to learn and girls to learn how to work together so that when you get to high school and when you get on into college and even on into life, that you guys become the leaders for our world and our state and our country and even for our city. You guys are the leaders because you're developing those things today that help you develop solutions and not continue being problems because we can't work together to do it. So we want you guys really working together. And along with that also comes the fact that you need to understand that you need to be thinkers, logical thinkers. I don't know how many times all of us are guilty of hearing something and just automatically assuming it's true. So keep in mind, you need to be able to determine, I've heard this, it doesn't sound logical. I need to investigate and research to find out it's true or not, and not just take things that are told to us and automatically believe that it is true. Let's take, for example, if you have a cold, if a doctor came up and told you the things that you needed to do in order to get that cold better, you would probably listen to them. Why? Because they have the training and the background related to diagnosing and giving you remedies for things related to that. Now, let's say if you have a cold and someone on the street just says, oh, you need to do this or that or whatever, surely you're logical enough to go, I don't know about that. Let me check into that and see, and not just automatically take it for what it means. We need to make sure that we are working together despite our differences. And whenever we hear something, we are able to think logically and determine whether, and go research to determine whether it is factual or not. Next we have, and last, it's our motto. And you hear this at the end of the announcements every day, that we are one nation here, Panther Nation, and we're going to have that pride. So whenever you hear Panther Nation, Panther Pride, say it with pride. I hope this helps in you understanding the culture that we are creating here at Pioneer Heritage. So if you have any questions, talk to your teachers now. Have a great day.